I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. I just wanted to let everyone know that I am feeling much better. I'm feeling almost human again. It was definitely not fun, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. And thank you so much for all of your kind words. I definitely feel that's helped me to get better. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We have High Priestess. That is listening to your inner voice, being in touch with your true feelings, how you feel, listening to yourself, right? Because I feel like a lot of times we don't listen to ourselves until it's already, something's already happened, something's already gone by, and it's like, I knew it, right? I knew it. I felt that from the beginning, but I ignored it and I didn't listen to it. Or it could be that you're just coming into your own energy, right? You're really feeling more grounded, you're feeling more balanced, you're feeling like kind of like you have things under control, more under control, that you're listening to yourself more. So it could be that either you are listening to yourself more, or you're learning to, or you haven't been, right? But now you're realizing that, hey, I had those feelings all along. Why didn't I listen to myself? Right? Three of Swords. It could have to be with a relationship that you felt like, oh, you know, I had those feelings, but I didn't listen to myself. And I was making excuses for someone's bad behavior. And I ended up getting hurt, right? My inner voice was telling me, hey, you better look out. Something's not right. There's red flags, ignoring red flags. Or maybe it's a situation that your inner voice is telling you about a situation, and it's saying, you better listen to me because you could end up in the Three of Swords energy. You could end up getting hurt. So if your inner voice is saying that, maybe that's something that you need to be aware of. And sometimes it takes us, you know, if it's a new feeling, right? If it's something new and something different, it's like, well, I trust myself, but do I trust myself? You know, and it's almost like you have to see the results a few times, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I do trust myself. I can listen to myself, because sometimes we question, you know, between our heart and our head. It also could be taking a closer look at a relationship, because he's doing the fine details in this. And it could be taking a closer look at a situation and kind of heading off and kind of looking into those feelings that you're having. Like maybe you're having some red flags, or you're having some feelings, and it's like, well, maybe I should listen to that, right? Maybe I should be more in touch with that. Maybe I should be more aware. So maybe it's saying, you know, kind of don't brush it off, and to look into it more, and to make sure that if you're having a feeling about something, that you look into it. Because I feel like that's where I feel like you could really head things off and feel more confident in your own decisions. We have the World card, and then the Eye. I almost feel like with the Eye, it's like that inner voice, that inner knowing, right? Looking within yourself. All right, so let's look at this High Priestess. All right, so I feel like it has to do with a relationship, and I feel like it could be a relationship that maybe you're shutting yourself off to, and maybe because you're feeling that energy of the Three of Swords, It could be a past relationship that you keep thinking about, and it's kind of taking up all of your energy. It's taking up all of your thoughts. It's kind of consuming you. Sometimes we get ourselves into this energy of a past relationship and it consumes us, and we can't really think about other things, and we're kind of stuck in this vortex of an ex relationship, and all we can do is think about it. Like songs remind us, and like everything reminds us of that. So it could be something like that that's kind of holding yourself back. But I almost feel like I'm getting this energy of, in relationships, doing what you feel is best for you, right? Listening to that inner voice. And if you feel that something isn't right, looking into that, exploring that, seeing that. It could be the relationship that you have with yourself is, again, making those better decisions for yourself. Feeling more confident in your decisions. It could just be looking out for yourself. For some reason, I feel like for someone, there's this nagging feeling that something isn't right in a relationship. And I feel like it's something that you need to explore and you need to look into. Something that you need to talk about with a partner. Or if it's a current relationship, I feel like it's something that you have to talk about with a partner, because there's something that's hurting you. There's something that's bothering you. There's something that is upsetting you. And I feel like maybe in the past, like you always used to keep it to yourself because you didn't want to say anything. Or maybe you felt that what you had to say wasn't that important because maybe that other person was making you feel like your thoughts and your feelings weren't important. I feel like that's something that you need to explore. That's something that you need to look into. Sharing, talking, I feel like it's something that you need to talk about. If it's a past relationship that you were holding on to, an energy that you're holding on to, I feel like this is something that you need to release, whether that's sharing with other people, or sometimes it's just writing it down on a journal, on a piece of paper, just writing words, writing thoughts, and kind of getting those out. And you'd really be surprised how much better you feel when you get that energy out. All right. And then I feel like that turns everything around and brings you this new energy, right? This new power of, for some reason, the word contentment is coming into my mind. But I feel like it's this new power and this new energy, and that you're starting to look at other things closer, because I feel like you're coming in touch with that inner voice, and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to let this Three of Swords energy consume me, and I'm going to take control of a situation, right? I'm not going to worry about things, because I feel like there's this energy. I almost feel like there's this back and forth of this Queen of Wands, which is not dealing with negative energy, but then we have this Nine of Swords, which is you are dealing with this negative energy, and you're worrying and you're stressing. And overthinking, right? You're overthinking a situation. And sometimes we just have to make a decision, and then we have to move on from it, because we can't let it consume us. And even if it's sort of getting into that habit of, okay, I'm going to let this consume me for an hour or half a day or a day, but then I'm not going to let it consume me for longer than that, because it's going to stop me from reaching my goals and doing the things that I want to do. That I have to look out for myself and do what's best for me. Because I feel like with this Four of Pentacles, I feel like these pentacles are shining and glowing, and I feel like that's those rewards, and I feel like it's that positive energy that you're getting from not being in this Nine of Swords and not being in this Three of Swords energy and overthinking. It could have to do with this Queen of Wands, could also be going back to this Lover's card, where somebody is maybe controlling, that you feel, like I was saying before, that maybe you didn't speak up because you felt like what you had to say wasn't important, and maybe that other person was kind of stifling you, right? That was kind of controlling you, or was kind of not letting you feel like you could voice your opinion, or what you had to say wasn't as important. So it could be that this Queen of Wands could just be that other person's energy, that you feel that that person is manipulating you, or not really making you feel like what you feel is important. And look at that, we have the World card again. Okay, and I feel like at least if you recognize this energy and what is going on, then you can do something about it, right? Either you can choose to ignore it and stay in this energy, or you can move out of this energy. And I kind of feel like you want to move out from this energy because you want to change things. You want things to be different. You want things to be more satisfying and fulfilling for you. Yeah. You want those relationships that are more fulfilling and more satisfying and make you feel good. And you want somebody who you can see eye to eye. And I love that we have the Lovers and then we have the Two of Cups. And I feel like it has to do with the relationships that you have with people and the relationships that you have with yourself. And it could be that, you know, sometimes if we kind of show that other person that, hey, I'm not going to let you make me feel less than, and you stand up to that person, sometimes that person's like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, I can't manipulate this person. You know, I can't manipulate. And you're coming into your own strength, right? Especially with these two World cards. Like you're coming into your own strength and you're coming into your own energy. And I was just looking at the bull and the lion, right? And that definitely represents being strong and strength. And not that I'm saying that you're a weak person, but sometimes we accept things just because either we don't want to deal with it or we're just, you know, not really having that confidence. But I feel like it's coming into your own confidence and feeling like you're feeling stronger and feeling like you have a voice and it is important, and showing this other person that, hey, I have a voice and what I feel is important. And I feel like for some of you that strengthens your relationship with that person because that person respects you more. I feel like in a lot of relationships that people don't respect the other person. Knight of Wands, moving forward, having that energy. Yeah, like this kind of thing is something, because we have this volcano in the background that's kind of erupting, and it's almost like, I'm not going to take this anymore, right? But it's also like having all of this energy that's built up and all of a sudden it blows its top, right? But I feel like with all of these flowers and everything in the front here, it's like, wow, I feel so much better that I let that go, right? I let that out. I feel like I had all of this pent up energy, and it's like, I let it go. You know, I feel so much better. Yeah, working on it. It's something that you have to work on. It's something that doesn't happen overnight. It's kind of like little bits at a time. Like you kind of feel this energy and this change, right? And you're like, wow, this feels really good, so I want to do this again. And I'm feeling more confident, right? I'm making those decisions that are best for me, and I'm communicating, because sometimes we feel like we just want to keep to ourselves and we don't really want to show who we are. And I feel like, excuse me, what I've said before with Capricorn is I feel like Capricorn's coming out of their own shell, like they're being able to express themselves more. I feel like Capricorn has a tendency to kind of keep to themselves. Not all Capricorns, you know, because like I said, you know, kind of the goat traveling by itself up the mountain and finding its own path. But then I also feel that it's important to be able to express yourself, to voice your opinion and how you feel. And I feel like that brings a lightheartedness to yourself, a playfulness, and showing that lighter side of yourself. I feel like Capricorn can definitely be more on the serious side, but I feel like Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising. We definitely have like this silly and this fun side, and I feel like it's bringing out that lighthearted side of yourself because you're making these decisions and you're not worrying about things as much, right? You're letting it go. And realizing that, hey, I can handle a situation if something comes up. I can handle it. Or to look to those people that you know that you can trust and you can rely on. But this is something that you have to do for yourself, okay? This is something that you have to do for you. You can't put this on anyone else. You can't leave it to them to make these decisions and these changes. Right, perfect, the Magician with the infinity sign and individual empowerment and everlasting love, and making those choices for yourself and taking things into control for yourself and in your own hands and making these decisions. And I love it. Six of Wands, rising above the situation, rising above, feeling successful, feeling victorious, feeling like your relationships are stronger and better. and that you're able to voice your opinion and having your feelings and feeling lighter within your relationships. And I love these two world cards. But it's definitely work that has to be put in. And it's definitely things that you have to do for you. You can't put that on anyone else. And you have to take the actions to make it happen, right? Back to the Knight of Wands is that you have to take those actions. You have to do those steps. Whatever those things that you feel that can help you, whatever, like I've said before, whatever's in your toolbox that you feel that can help you. And sometimes we just learn more tools that we can have in our toolbox, right? Whether it's listening to motivational videos, whether it's, reading motivational quotes, whether it's talking with someone, whether it's writing things down and releasing those and letting those go, whether it's kind of going to that place where you feel you can recharge and you're feeling stronger, whether it's talking to somebody that you feel you can trust and you can just let this energy and these feelings out. But I feel like don't let yourself be stuck in this Three of Swords energy and this Nine of Swords energy. I do feel that it's coming back in, but I feel like that's something that you can work on, that you can see, but also listening to that inner voice and knowing that you want better for yourself. All right. So I want to do, which I've just remembered. So I want to look at the bottom of the deck and the decks and see what's coming in towards you. Look at that, the Chariot again. I think I had another reading last week. Chariot coming in, heading in towards you. Just, you can almost hear the horses charging and the dirt flying, and he has that look, of contentment and satisfaction and heading towards you in the Chariot. It could be a Cancer sign. It could be that you're ready to charge forward, like you're feeling strong and you're feeling confident and you're ready to take on the world, right? And so then let's look at the bottom of this deck. Look at that. Again, relationships, the Ace of Cups, seeing better, seeing clearly, having your cup overflow with emotions and feelings. And it's going to take some time, right? It's going to take some time, but you can do it. Releasing those negative energies and filling it up with positive energies. Again, like we said, we have with the eyes there, looking within to find those answers. All right, so that's the energy that's coming towards you, those stronger relationships. And I love it because I feel like this is a very strong and powerful reading. So that's what's coming towards you, is more fulfilling relationships instead of having those shallow, one-sided relationships that are more fulfilling, not only with yourself, but with other people. Sometimes, we do have to adjust those relationships. Some people we do have in our life that we want to have in our life, but we can't be as close. But it's like recognizing that and saying, okay, I can't be that close to that person because that person doesn't respect me and that person doesn't respect my vulnerability. So, but I still I have to keep in touch with that person, or I want to keep in touch with that person. So I'm going to keep it lighter, but I feel like it's you having control of what level the relationships are at. All right, marriage. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. And I definitely feel like that. And that's perfect because it goes with the Ace of Cups, is because you're having that emotional fulfillment, because you're feeling more fulfilled, because your relationships have more meaning. The relationship that you have with yourself and the relationship that you have with other people. And unconditional love, because you're able to give and receive and have those people that you feel that you can have that give and take. But you always have yourself, because you're always looking out for yourself, and you're realizing that, you're always there looking out for yourself. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.